point. I mean, it's been two different quarterbacks that have done it, so there's obviously more to it than just what we're seeing under center.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Justin and Russ have done a great job. When their respective roles, they've been able to execute the game plan, what we've been trying to do and stuff like that. So, what I thought it was cool, when it wasn't going as quick, what we wanted to early on. Russ was able to handle the adversity and able to get the ball, distribute the ball to the playmakers, and us were able to make plays.
Not just this past game, but it seems like a lot of games this year, you guys have played way better in the second half than the first half. Not so much what are you guys not doing right in the first half, but what are you guys doing so well that's led to that success in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's two things. I think we're able to, adjust on the fly, get to halftime, able to figure out, talk together as what we're seeing, what we're trying to do, what we're going to try and attack in the second half. And then the second thing is I think we're just able to, build momentum going into halftime. I think we've scored points on, I think, every single time going into halftime. Defense Beanie made a hell of a play, able to set us up for a touchdown before the half. So we're able to grab the momentum and keep it.
You guys scored 37 points. You had over 400 yards. Obviously, there's a lot of optimism about that. But is there, you said you didn't start that fast. Is there an idea that there could be even more than what we saw last week for this offense?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you can distribute the ball to the playmakers we have, and we're able to make plays, there's going to be a lot of points to have. But I think it also starts with not kicking our own self. I mean, I think we had three and outs early on. We can't do that. Once we get that first down, we got to continue to roll, and I think we're able to do that later in games. But we have to start faster for sure. Shout out Dan Moore. He's telling me to shout him out. I think he's playing pretty good football right now, so good for him. I did.
This group of pass catchers.
Yeah.
It's kind of how you guys continue to maybe develop in this sort of stuff.
Yeah, we always got to develop. Obviously, we've been working with Justin, majority of the time Russ has been hurt, but when Russ coming back, he's done a great job, grabbing us for extra reps and stuff like that. So just got to build the chemistry with the quarterbacks, continue to, go from there, and then hopefully this continues to go throughout the whole season.
Like Dylan talked about the effectiveness of the home crowd.
Yeah.
Last Sunday to have 3 primetime games in 4 weeks. How unique is that, and how excited are you to have a second straight week of that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's an awesome opportunity. I think that was the best environment that I've been in, playing for a Steeler that I've been here. So credit to the fans, credit to the atmosphere. It was a great venue to play in, and hopefully continue on Monday night, and hopefully we can give them something to cheer about. It's easy to cheer when you're putting up 37 points.
Pat, you shouted out Dan, but I think it's 6 different combinations along that line.
Yeah.
What's kept it together? And
yeah, I think the O-line's been great. I mean, they're a really close unit. I think Isaac does a really good job, kind of being the head of the group, keep making sure everyone's accountable and stuff like that. So credit to him, credit to O-line. Mason's done a really good job coming in, Ryan as well. And, all of them, Spence coming in when the number's called and executing. And so it's been awesome.
What's your scouting report on Theo Johnson, and what is it about those Penn State tight ends?
Yeah, Theo's a really good tight end. I haven't really watched too much film on him, but from what I've seen, he's coming into his own over there. I'm happy for him. He's got a really unique opportunity with Darren retiring before the season. So, hopefully he continues to have a solid year from what he's having, but hopefully he doesn't do too much on Monday night.
Some guys run fast at the combine, but they don't play fast.
Yeah.
Seems like he plays fast.
Yeah, I mean, he does both. I mean, his 40 time was crazy for a linebacker, and just the way he plays. But just like I said, the more reps he gets and the more action he gets, he's just going to play faster and faster because he's going to be able to see things faster. And so, like I said, I'm excited to see him grow.
How excited you make it through physically, and what kind of confidence does playing a whole game do?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I made it through well. Definitely pretty sore for not playing for a few weeks, but just like I said, I feel really good, and it wasn't more of a limited snap count this past week, but I feel like I'm getting really close to 100%, and so it just feels great to be back out there, be with the guys. Being injured sucks, and so just being back out there with the guys, and what a game to come back to. Sunday night prime time was just awesome. So just looking forward to just getting better every week, and so just continuing to rehab and continue to stay on top of it so that nothing else happens.
How does it break down at halftime? Where you guys are able to make those adjustments?
Yeah.
You just sit down physically until you put some notes up. How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, we just go over some stuff, some notes wise, and then when we're trying to make adjustments. We look at what they beat us with, and so we're just trying to lock in on a few things and stuff like that. And ultimately, we just played fast and executed in the second half, and to be able to hold those guys to a shutout was huge for us. And so, but I think the main thing for us coming up this week is we just got to start fast. I think those 2 drives in the first half, or those 2 touchdowns in the first half, is kind of unacceptable. And so we know that we got to start faster, and they can help us be even more successful.
There's different quarterbacks that can run in this league. What is unique maybe about what Daniel can do?
Yeah, he definitely he provides both. Not only can he throw the ball well, but he's also a good runner as well. And so we know that that's an aspect of his game that we have to take into account. We know that QB mobility is something that we have to build a plan around. And so we see it in our division. We see it with Lamar. We see it with Deshaun. We even see it with Joe Burrow too. So I think we're prepared for it. And so, but we got to have a unique plan around this guy because he does multiple things.
Kind of feels a little bit fuzzy in here this week. Is that something you guys kind of focus on out of type a little bit?
Yeah, those are the games you always dream about, playing under the lights, playing, all your peers are watching, everyone's watching, playing the primetime games. And so in the day, it's just, we just got to go out there and play like we do every game. Even though the atmosphere and the experience is different, it's a little added hype for sure, but it's still football. You got to go out there, you got to execute, you got to play well. And so I think that's just what it boils down to is just going out there and playing well.
Pat said Sunday night was maybe one of the best atmospheres he's played in as a Steeler. Did you feel the same? Did you feel that?
It was awesome. Just from the moment the game started, from the intros all the way to the end of the game, especially when we got that lead and Renegade started playing the second half, that was huge. And I think when our fans rally around that, it just amps us up even more and helps us to play even harder. And so we're very grateful for Steeler Nation, and we know it's going to be rocking again this Monday too.
Queen said that you guys on defense are walking around agitated this week because of stuff you left on the field. Yeah. Is he exaggerating, or do you feel there's another level still?
No, I feel that. There definitely is another level still. Like I said, there's giving up 2 touchdowns early in the game, is something that's, I feel like is unacceptable for us and ways we can be better. But there was definitely little things that we saw. We could definitely just be more detailed as a defense. I think we're doing a lot of the right things. We're playing hard, we're playing fast, but we just got to be more detailed in some things. And so when we do that, we can really be, an even better defense. And so we just got to always want to get better, no matter how we play. Whether we give up no points or 20 points, we always got to want to get better and never get content.
Yep. Man, great question. I feel like that offense runs through him. Like this man coming off a major injury and still running the ball and doing everything that you think maybe they'll dial back from with him. And I think he's managed it well. I think Dayball as the coordinator there, I knew Dayball from his New England days. And then when he went with Josh Allen to Buffalo, I got a good relationship with him. I think he's doing a great job with him and the quarterback. I guarantee they have a great relationship because you obviously see it on display. And I think he's doing a lot of great things to Daniel Jones' skill set around that offense.
I was going to ask you a little bit about, is it hard not to look at records? I know everyone's a professional in the NFL, but how do you keep guys from looking at records and seeing a losing record across the league?
I think we're doing a great job, if not, because you can't look at a team record and quote that team off that. I mean, you can't. Man, I done been 1-7 before and almost made the playoffs. It is what it is. I'm a true believer is that, football really starts after Thanksgiving and stuff like that, because that's when they get in the nitty-gritty of it. And, if you start, putting your mindset of, they're 2-7, you're going to lose.
You, Deshaun, and Patrick.
I mean, just going with the flow. These guys always had a great defense, always had a great defensive scheme, always had great years as a defense. So knowing that, just being my 7th year, knowing that you have to alter your mentality to come in and play. And it's like, swimming with sharks. So I think that us new guys, we just kind of had that mentality. I remember back when Deshaun first signed and he pointed at the logo. That's literally that's real. Just knowing that coming in, you kind of adjust your mentality to come in and do your job and do your part, play your role. And I think that's what we've been doing great. Nobody here needs to be a superstar player. Everybody just play together, and I think that's been the winning recipe for us to come in and whether you're new or not, just to come in and just play with that excitement and make plays, and it's been working out.
The takeaways, is that emphasized? Have you noticed when you first got here as opposed to the other teams you've been on, or obviously?
I've only been on one team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely emphasized. We do turnover circuit every day, and yeah, it's just a way of football around here. To go after the ball, whether you got to punch it out, whether you got to take it out the air, whether you got to strip it off the quarterback. Takeaway has always been the way to go around here. So just leaning into that has been important.
What exactly is that, or what's
You're gonna have a punch out. You're gonna have a tip pick drill. You're gonna have a rip drill. You're gonna have a stumble bump drill. It's all type of ways to put you in position to get to the ball, and I think that's been important because around the league, I think that's been a theme. Guys punching at the ball. You see a few of those every week when those used to be an anomaly in a football game now. But you just see ball searching culture just growing around the league, and I think that we want to be the guys out in front of that. So I think that's really just been the message since I've got here in March. It's been go get the ball.
Donte, why is this group so effective implementing the second half adjustments? You guys have done really well, just being a better unit in the second half.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's about. In most of these games in the league, they're rarely going to be any blowouts, rarely going to be any lopsided victories. So these games are going to come down to 60 minutes and who can play, who can execute and be detailed the longest. And I think that that's just a part of what we do. No matter how good or bad we are in the first half, we always want to make those adjustments to come out and tighten up the grip in the second half, and it's been really working for us. Coach T.A., Coach Tomlin, they do a great job of getting us prepared to come out and play a 60-minute game. And I think halftime has always been important to us these past few weeks to come out and clear a lot of things up, and it's been helping us play faster for real.
Any extra added hype this week for you?
It's obviously super cool. Grew up watching Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football, so an opportunity to, be in that. I can't thank Jesus Christ enough, but it's just another game, one that we got to prepare for. We have an extra day of preparation, so that's awesome, and, I'm super excited to get to it.
What have you made of this defense and its ability to create those turnovers? I think you guys are currently second in the league right now.
Yeah, I think it's just a culture that's established here, and it starts with Coach Mike T, to TA, all the way to Grady. Those are our ball culture guys, and, you see it with the best players on our team. They're so ball aware. TJ, that's why he's the best in the world. He's ball aware. Guys like Deshaun Elliott, Patrick Queen, they're so ball aware. So just, when it starts from the top, it's super easy to kind of just fall in line and start ball searching.
You seem to be flying around out there. When did it really settle in for you? We're going to week 8 here. When did it kind of settle in for you, if it has?
It's obviously still slowing down every single rep, every practice, but, I've kind of had the mentality since camp started that I don't want to be really looked at as a rookie, hey, this guy's going to make mistakes, but he's flying around. I want to be held to the same standard as someone who's been here for 10 years. I want to know every single thing that's going on, and, I want to fly around and, just be able to play as fast as I can.
Queen was new to the team, just like you were. Obviously, he's a veteran, though. Have you seen him sort of even evolve in terms of knowing the defense a little more or being more comfortable?
Yeah, just every single practice that we go to, he's continuing to lead more and more, continuing to take over the defense. So it's super cool to see. Obviously, when he first got here, came from a different system and was, but he picked it up fast, and it was really cool to see how quick he adjusted in the flow of it.
Is Patrick leaning on you for a bunch of dice?
He is and he isn't. I think for a rookie, there's a lot of stuff that's thrown at him. And, we try to give him that advice. We try to do the best we can to give him as much stuff as he can without trying to overload him and just have him stuck playing like a robot. So he tries, he asks a lot of questions, he does. But at the same time, we just got to understand he's still a rookie and just, let him go out there and play.
Do you feel a lot more comfortable in his defense now? Than maybe towards the beginning of the season?
Yeah, definitely do. Still getting used to it. Still getting used to how all the guys play and stuff. So it was tough at first, but just getting comfortable, getting to know the guys, getting to know how they play, getting to know how people play box, how some people don't. Just getting a feel for how people might shoot gaps, some people might not. So and just knowing who's in the game at the time and who does that well and who doesn't. So it's still gonna get a little bit to get used to, but that's why I'm here.
I'm sure you felt this a little bit in Baltimore when you were there, but this defense is kind of game-changing, game-altering. It changes momentums of games. What's that like to be a part of a defense that does that?
It's incredible. It's electric, and that's what you dream of. Whatever position you're in, you want to be on that side where they dominate and take control. And for this defense to be doing what we have been doing, and it's crazy. We all just sitting there talking. It's still more that's out there for us to take over and stuff. So that's the big focus for this week, is just capitalizing on opportunities that we've missed on.
Anything more to do in primetime games, back-to-back primetime games here coming up?
What about?
Anything more to doing it in front of a national audience in primetime games?
Man,
Two in a row here.
as much as we could do. It's huge though, because primetime games don't go around like that, and for us to have 2 back-to-back like this is incredible, especially the uniforms that we get to wear back-to-back weeks. So we just got to go out there and do what we do at a high level and do it as best as we can.
I think you guys currently are second in the league in turnover margins. What's the biggest key for this defense in creating those opportunities?
Hunting the ball. They preach hunt the ball, and I think we just all been rallying to the ball, trying to get to the ball, and just create havoc. And like that's what I was just saying. Like it's just so many more plays out there that we can create, and that we let up, and we know that, and that's why we're so aggravated walking around here right now, just knowing that we could get better. So it's what we do. It's what they preach, and I think it can only get better.
How do you keep from teammates not overlooking teams, like looking at records and saying, "Hey, this is going to be an empty game," but just keep people focused?
It's the NFL. I mean, they're here for a reason, so I don't look at the whole record and all this and that stuff. Every single guy on that team got to the NFL for a reason. If they wasn't able to play the game, they wouldn't be in this league. So we all know what's at stake. We know that they're a good team. They're an NFL caliber team. They have a good head coach. They have a great quarterback. They got great athletes. They got dudes on both sides of the ball, defense as well. So it's going to be a good game.
What have you guys missed? What's aggravating?
It's just small plays here and there, tackling, a few breaks in coverage, small stuff that we know we could get better at, and that's what we're preaching right now. So that's going to be the focus this week, is just capitalizing on those things.
As somebody who's tried to tackle Najee in the past and has met him a lot of times, just what can you say about what he's doing right now, these last couple of games, how hard he's running, and I guess it's somebody else's problem right now.
I'm glad I'm on the same team as him, but he's doing his thing. That's what I keep telling him every single game, is just keep bringing your stuff, bro. Like nobody wants to tackle you. You're too big, 230 pounds, 6'2", run however fast he wants to, and just a physical guy all around, a mean guy, nasty guy. So whenever he runs like that, nobody wants to tackle that. Nobody wants to deal with that for 4 quarters, at least I know that. So he's just got to keep doing what he's doing.
How much has that helped you or changed maybe the way you play?
It's helped a lot, because a lot of the coordinators, grew up around each other, are the same coaching styles. Like we see Denver, the Cowboys, they all have, West Coast kind of tendencies, or from a West Coast tree, so they kind of carry over the same concepts, the alignments and things like that.
How did you get hooked up with Tomlin watching film? Like, how did that start?
He just planted a bug in my ear. He's like, watch this. Whenever he see me, because I always come in on Tuesdays to get my workout in and things like that, but we started 2 weeks ago. He's like, you got a minute? And I went up to his office. And then last week, I asked him, like, you got a minute? And just went up to his office. So, just going to keep it going.
So that's going to go the rest of the season?
Yeah,
probably, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Do you think anything changes with your approach when Cam Sutton comes back next week?
No, not at all. Because Cam, he's been helping me learn whatever, see the stuff that he's seeing, kind of try to take a veteran approach to it. And he's just telling me, things that he know that obviously, I probably won't, because he's been in the league 6-7 years, just to be able to try to help me slow the game down. And, ultimately, we win as a team, so he's just been trying to help me.